Hi guys and welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be working on another tier list, but this time we've got the movies and all the TV series from Star Wars. So yeah, like I say, this video is going to be all my opinion. Your opinion's going to probably be different. That's absolutely fine. Please leave your list in the comments actually below. I'll be really interested in seeing those. But yeah, we're going to get into this. If you like the video, please like, comment and subscribe. It really helps me out. But let's get into this. We're going to start off with episode 1 and we're going to go like episode 2, 3 and go in sort of kind of in chronological order. I did actually just record this video, but I forgot to turn my mic on, so, so it's kind of embarrassing. But yeah, we're going to start off with Phantom Menace. I really enjoy Phantom Menace. I'm going to put it in B tier. I like the movie. I like Qui-Gon. I like Darth Maul. I like everything basically. I love the pod race, like Formula 1 and all that stuff. And I think it's a pretty good film. I do think that Jar Jar's a bit annoying. I do think he's a bit childish. But the film as a whole is good. I think it's aged pretty well. I think maybe when it first came out, it was probably not received all that great. Well, it wasn't received all that great. But to be honest, I think with time, I think people are starting to enjoy it and appreciate for what it is. I actually think it's a pretty good movie. I don't think it's S or A tier, but I think it's good. Like, you can sit down and watch it and enjoy it. Now we're moving on to episode 2. Episode 2, I think, is a good movie. Everything from S to F. Well, F is going to be haven't seen. Like, F is going to be the things I haven't seen. But D, everything from S to D is pretty good. I like pretty much all of Star Wars. It's just that I would rank certain things higher than others. But episode 2 for me, as much as I love the clones, I love Jango Fett. Jango Fett is one of my favourites. I just think it was probably one of the most boring Star Wars films. Out of, like, from episodes 1 to 6 anyway. So I'm going to put it in C tier. I do like the movie, don't get me wrong, it is a good movie. But I just think it's, for me, C tier. Now we're going to Clone Wars. So the Clone Wars had a kind of a rocky start. I remember watching this on Cartoon Network years ago. Like when I don't know how old I was, maybe 9 years old. 10 years old, something like that. And the first season wasn't great. The second season was okay. And yeah, I remember buying them eventually on all, like, the box set on DVD, and I sat down and watched all of them. I think there was only 5 seasons at the time. And really enjoyed it. And then obviously season 6 and 7 came out, and season 7, the last 4 episodes of season 7 are some of the best Star Wars content you'll ever see, in my opinion. That's like a movie. I absolutely love Ahsoka. I actually didn't like Maul until the Clone Wars. I kind of thought he was interesting in Phantom Menace, but I thought the Clone Wars made him, a proper full-fledged character. As with before, he was just like this guy that you didn't really know anything about. I like Ahsoka that much. I actually got a Ahsoka Hot Toys the other day. You might be able to see her in the background. I've got Rex coming today, actually, because I thought she looked a bit lonely in there without Rex, so I've got Rex being delivered today, so I look forward to that. So yeah, for me, Clone Wars is definitely an A. I love Clone Wars. Really, really good. Next up, we've got Revenge of the Sith. Actually, what we'll do first, we'll throw all the things I haven't really seen into F. F isn't bad, it just means I haven't seen them. So I'm going to throw Rebels in there. I've only seen season 1 of that, didn't like it. But I have seen the Battle of Ahsoka and Darth Vader. And I have seen the Ben and Maul fight, and I absolutely loved that. So maybe I need to give Rebels another chance and actually watch all of it. So I can't really judge it. Resistance, I think this is. I've never seen that. It's not really aimed at my age group. So I've never really took the time to sit down and watch that. So that's everything else I've seen though. So next up we've got Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith is S tier, easy for me. It's my favourite movie. First one I saw in cinema. I was born in 1998. I actually turned 24 yesterday. So I was 7 years old when that film was released in cinema. I remember going with my mum. She didn't really like the movie. Well, she likes it okay, but she's not a big fan like myself. She took me to watch it when I was 7 years old, and I absolutely loved it. Everything about it, and I still love it. Every time I see that film, if I see it on, like you're flicking through channels on TV and you see it on there, you're like, oh my god, Revenge of the Sith. I sit there and watch it. I don't know why, even though I could watch it any time. I've got the box set, I've got Disney Plus, but when you see it, come on, I'm like, yeah, I've got to watch it. I love it. It's so damn good. Everything about that movie I love. I love the Battle over Coruscant. I love General Grievous. I love the fight between Obi-Wan and Grievous, Obi-Wan and Anakin. Everything, even Palpatine. Absolutely loved it. So now we're moving on to, I believe, the Bad Batch. I think it goes Bad Batch, Solo, yeah. So, the Bad Batch. Bad Batch was good. I think the second season will do it justice. I think I'm going to put it in B. No, I'm going to put it in C. Is that fair, though? Yeah, I think that's fair. The reason I'm saying this is because I think at the moment it's C. But after season 2, I think that will do it justice. And I think it will go up to maybe a B or an A. I actually did like the Bad Batch. I really enjoyed it. To be fair, I got more enjoyment out of it. And it was less boring than Attack of the Clones, in my opinion. But then Attack of the Clones... Nah, Attack of the Clones got to go in front of it. Yeah, I think after a season 2, this would definitely go up to a B or an A. But for now, I think it belongs here. I liked the Bad Batch. Actually got all the Funko Pops for the Bad Batch as well. I liked Omega at the start, but she got a little bit annoying towards the end. But yeah, I think it's good. It is good. I enjoyed it. I'm quite excited for season 2, to be honest. I think I saw a trailer for that the other day, and it looked quite good. Now we're moving on to, I believe, I think Solo is before Obi-Wan. So Solo, yeah, Solo. Solo, again, I think belongs in C. I like this movie. It does have its moments. I like Lando in that movie. I think the secondary characters are what carry that movie, to be honest. Like Lando, Kira, Darth Maul didn't really add anything, in my opinion. They haven't done anything with that. But the rest of it was, I actually quite enjoyed it, but I just haven't watched it much since it came out. I think I've watched it 3 or 4 times. But I like Tobias Beckett. Pretty good movie, I think. But it's not as good as the rest that are above it. So moving on, we've got, I believe now it would be Obi-Wan. Yeah, it would be Obi-Wan then Rogue One. So, Obi-Wan for me is going in A tier. And the reason I say this, a lot of people might go, oh, the show was bad, it's getting bad ratings and reviews, and that's because people are review bombing it. But, in my opinion, the last episode saved that show. The last episode was I think it was the best TV series episode I've seen of any Star Wars. The last episode of Kenobi. I absolutely loved it. The fight between Vader and Obi-Wan was perfect, in my opinion. It was just great. Absolutely loved it. And I loved when Kenobi was talking to Vader, saying, "I'm sorry, Anakin." And you could see Anakin's eyes go from blue to yellow. And I just honestly I didn't expect that from Disney. I didn't think they was going to make something that good. And episode 1 was a good start. Episode 2 was a bit meh. Episode 3 was okay. Episode 4, I didn't really enjoy episode 4. 5 was good, and then 6 was absolutely fantastic. So I think that carried a lot of the weight, episode 6, and I think they rescued their series, because I think if 6 was bad, that wouldn't have gone well for them. But for me, it's in A. The reason I haven't put it above Clone Wars is I think because Clone Wars has so many episodes, you get more enjoyment out of it. And if there's a bad episode of the Clone Wars, it doesn't really matter, because you've got like 30 or more episodes, or well, more than that. You've got loads more episodes to watch. But with Kenobi, where it's only 6 episodes, you have a bad episode, that's going to impact it a lot. So, for me, it's A. But definitely that last episode was my favourite episode of any series that they've released. So, well done, I guess. And Ewan is great. I love Ewan McGregor. So now we're moving on to Rogue One. Rogue One is a good movie. I like Rogue One. But for some reason, I'm going to put it in... Well, not some reason I'm putting it in B. I'm going to put it in B because as much as I love the movie and I love the ending, I love the bit of Vader and all that, I don't know why. I don't even have a reason why, so I feel bad for saying this, but I just don't like 𝗔 Erso. I just think her character just changes too quickly. Like from being, I ain't fighting for the rebellion, to all of a sudden, you're rebels, aren't you? Let's rebel. It just didn't feel right. And I really enjoyed Cassian. I enjoyed all the other characters like 𝗕𝗲𝘀𝘁 𝗦𝘁. I can't say his name. You know, the guy, I'm one with the Force is with me. Yeah, that guy. I really liked them characters. I loved the movie. The Battle of Scarif was great. As much as it went into Star Wars Battlefront, because I like playing Star Wars Battlefront. I had the Battle of Scarif, and I loved it. So yeah, it was a good movie. Like, I think it's better than Attack of the Clones, and I love Attack of the Clones. So I'm not saying anything bad about it. Now we've got A New Hope. Now, A New Hope for me is A tier at the top at the moment, because A New Hope used to be one of my favorite. Well, it used to be in S tier for me. The reason I'd move it down is just for the sake of I don't want too many things in S tier. But between the 3 original trilogy episodes, so Revenge of the Sith, that's not original trilogy. Between A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, I always chop and change between which one's my favourite, and I don't know why. But yeah, so for me, A New Hope is definitely A tier. I think the 3 original movies are some of the best Star Wars that we've ever seen. So yeah, A for me. I love Ben Kenobi. I love pretty much everything. Darth Vader. I know the fight between Ben and Vader was slow, but do you know what? I really don't care. It didn't bother me that it was slow. I just didn't think Luke was very good in this one because he was a bit whiny and whingy, but in the next 2 films he becomes more, it progresses his character as part of the story. He's supposed to be like that, and then eventually he progresses and gets better. Next up we've got Empire Strikes Back. So that's going to go in S tier easily. So that's just behind Revenge of the Sith by just a small fraction. I think I'm a little bit biased because I grew up with Revenge of the Sith. But for me, Empire is so good. I remember my nan, she used to put we used to go to my nan's house, me and my cousin, and to shut us up and keep us quiet, she'd had these big videotapes. I don't know if you remember videotapes, you might be too young. Maybe if you're a bit older than me, you'll remember, well, you will remember if you're older than me. And she had these big videotapes of the 3 original movies, and she used to put them on the TV to shut us up and keep us quiet. So we used to always watch it there. So I guess it holds something a little bit special in my heart as well, because obviously my nan. But yeah, Empire, I love the Battle of Hoth, Bespin, Boba Fett. Everything is so good in that movie. I don't think there's really anything wrong with that film. It's pretty perfect, in all fairness. Return of the Jedi, again, used to be my favourite, but I keep chopping and changing between the 3. But A tier at the top for me. I think it's better than A New Hope. It's not as good as Empire, but it's pretty close. I'd say if I could, I would put it in S. I just don't want too many in S. And yeah, Return of the Jedi for me is fantastic. For some reason, I like the endings of sequels and prequels and trilogies, and I don't know why I like the endings. Like, obviously, like Revenge of the Sith. I don't know. I just do. I love the movie. A lot of people moaned about the Ewoks and stuff, but I don't really have a problem with that. I love the scene with Vader and Palpatine and Luke, when Palpatine's trying to turn him to the dark side, and Luke nearly does, when he cuts off Vader's hand and then looks at his hand and realises, I'm going down the same path as my father, and stops. And the story is so good, and I think it definitely belongs in A. Now we're moving on to The Mandalorian. Mandalorian for me is the best TV series they've done. It is better than Kenobi, and the reason I say it's better than Kenobi is because Kenobi had a few good episodes and a few bad episodes, as where Mandalorians had majority good and a few bad. And as much as I think the last episode of Kenobi is better than any of the Mandalorian episodes we've gotten, I still think Mandalorian as a series is better. I'm going to put Mandalorian in S tier. I don't know what we're going to see with Season 3. Maybe Season 3 will ruin it, but I'm pretty certain Season 3 is going to be about Bo-Katan trying to get the Darksaber off of Mando, and there's going to be some big battles or something like that. It's like a group of Mandalorians versus another group of Mandalorians. Maybe we'll see Boba Fett. That'd be nice, because I like Boba. He's one of my favourite characters. So, yeah, so I think there's going to be that, and then I think he's going to be going back to Mandalore to try and become a Mandalorian again, even though technically he still is. But yeah, I really enjoy The Mandalorian. Got a lot of collectibles of The Mandalorian, as you can see in there. I absolutely love that show. Next up is Book of Boba. Book of Boba is good. and I actually did enjoy it. But there was parts of Book and Boba that were just straight up bad, like the Power Rangers or whatever they were, like the kids with the Vespers, you know. To me, that didn't feel like Star Wars at all. It might fit on Coruscant or something like that. It just didn't really fit on Tatooine. But I actually did enjoy it. I like Black Chrysanthemum and Mando coming into the show. But the Mando episodes were some of the best episodes that were there. So it's basically Mandalorian season 3. But yeah, Book of Boba for me. I'm gonna put it here. I think it was more enjoyable than episode 2 and more fun. But I do think it's hard to say between these two. I think it belongs there. It was good. I would actually like to see season 2, but I want to see a more cold, deliberate, and aggressive Boba. Not this. I wouldn't say he's weak. He's not weak. He's still, you don't want to mess around. He just killed Cad Bane, for example, like. But he seems too kind, too forgiving, and to me that's not really what Boba is. But I don't mind him being a good guy. I have no problem with that. But he is too kind at the moment. Force Awakens. I judged this too harshly in my other tier list, because I actually do enjoy Force Awakens. I can watch this movie and have fun. It is a copy and paste of A New Hope, basically, but I do enjoy it. I think it's better than Solo. Not as good as The Bad Batch, but it's better than Solo. I can enjoy this movie. I'm going to put it in C tier. I actually like it. I think it was heading in a good direction. I think that the only thing I didn't like about the movie is the fact that Rey beat Kylo at the end. It didn't really make sense, considering she had no training. She had no training in the Force or with a lightsaber. I know she'd used a staff, but a staff and a lightsaber is a bit different. So it was a bit strange. I know Kylo was injured, but I don't know. So for me, yeah. I want to mention about Obi-Wan Kenobi as well. Reva. I didn't really enjoy Reva at the start, but then when... And I'm backtracking here, but I have to say it. Reva at the start I didn't enjoy her. Still, to be honest, I don't think her character was great. But she did a lot for Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen. She made them characters excel a lot. So she actually benefited the series in the long run. So thank you to her for that. She's a good actress. It's just that I don't think her character did much apart from excel those two characters. But actually did show you that Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen did care about Luke, and they did. Well, you sort of knew Aunt Beru did, but Owen seemed a bit like a grumpy old man, but no, they really did love Luke, and you don't want to mess with them actually, because you try and get in their farm, you're probably going to get messed up. So yeah, back to Force Awakens. Yeah, I enjoy it. It's good. Last Jedi, my least favourite Star Wars film. Reason being is it didn't really feel like Star Wars. You had like Your Mama jokes, and you had basically everything The Force Awakens built on, it destroyed. And it destroyed also some of the other Star Wars stuff. Like Snoke was bigged up to be this super villain, and then all of a sudden he just got killed easily. Like, okay. Mary Poppins scene with Princess Leia. I mean, okay then. Some bits were good. Like some bits of the movie I enjoyed. And don't get me wrong, like the actual cinematography and the I guess you'll call it CGI and stuff like that was brilliant. Some of the best Star Wars you would see in that kind of context, but the actual story was pretty crap. And Luke didn't feel like Luke, and for me, it's D. If you ignore the rest of Star Wars and watch it as like its own film and pretend like the rest doesn't exist, it's good. But on its own, but as a whole, with all the rest included and all the canon, it's not great. Rise of Skywalker. Definitely a D tier for me, but it's better than The Last Jedi. The reason I think The Rise of Skywalker is so bad, not bad because I still enjoy it, but the reason I think it's at the bottom is because it had so much potential that it didn't live up to. So you had, for example, at the end, this is the best way to describe it. At the end, when Rey, says like, "I am all the Jedi," it would have been so much better to have all of the Force Ghosts show up, or. To be honest with you, I would have preferred Kylo to survive and her to die. I think that would have meant more. And I don't really know what to say. I think the film had so much potential and it threw it away. I do enjoy bits of it. Like that, I actually do quite like a bit. I think Ian McDiarmid's performance in that film was great as always. It was just strange that Palpatine always falls for this thing where like the lightsaber wielders hold their lightsaber like this and block his lightning, and he just keeps going and basically kills himself every single time. He's not learning his lesson. But yeah, this is basically my list. So let's go through and have a gander at what we've got. So we've got Revenge of the Sith, Empire, The Mandalorian, Return of the Jedi, A New Hope, The Clone Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Phantom Menace, Rogue One, Boba Fett, Attack of the Clones, Bad Batch, Force Awakens, Solo, Rise of Skywalker, Empire. And these two at the bottom, I haven't really seen them, so I'm not going to judge them. I'm going to get around to watching Rebels eventually, because I've heard people say that after Season 1 it's pretty good. So I will get around to watching that. So sorry if you think I'm rating it badly, I'm not. I just haven't seen it. But yeah, that is my list, I think. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Please let me know your list in the comments below. I'd actually be quite interested in that, to see how different or how similar our lists are. But yeah, if you like the video, please like, comment and subscribe. I really appreciate it. We actually reached 2.5k subscribers on my channel yesterday, and it was my birthday, so it was a good day yesterday. So yeah, thank you all for that. I really appreciate it. My channel's growing. It wouldn't be anything without the subscribers or people that are actually enjoying the content, you know. So I can't say thank you enough. But like I say, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.